is Trump going to do? Supriya, my voice is clear, audible, or is like breaking? Clear, right? Okay, fantastic. So in 2 more minutes, we'll be joining. Trump tariff is gone now, is already settled out. So market has already factored into whatever Trump's tariff disturbance could have brought in. So we want to mind Trump a lot. We won't worry a lot about Trump and all that. Yeah. Thank you, Krishna madam, for joining us. Thank you, Dhanlakshmi ma'am, for joining us. Thank you, Varun sir, for joining us. So in 1 more minute, we'll be starting the session. And somebody asked a question. I will just answer before I start the session. Is it better to accumulate ITBs? So in IT sector, we have got some 4-5 IT sector Bs or funds or whatever. So the first one is overall IT Nifty IT index Bs, which is slightly fairly overvalued right now. Secondly, we have got the mid and small cap IT. Thirdly, we have got IT and telecom index. Fourth, we have got Digital India IT index. Fifth one, you have got New Age consumption index. So although it's a consumption index, it includes IT as the main sector because new age generation is consuming Zomato, Paytm, PhonePe, Google Pay, all this come under IT. So at this point of time, for a conservative person, I would recommend go for ITBs. Otherwise, you can take mid and small cap IT and telecom sector is a fantastic sector to invest into. We'll dive deep into it today. But yeah, I think it's a time 9:55. Thank you so much everybody for joining. It's a fantastic uh, so it's nice that many people have joined today on this most awaited discussion of about the NSDL and CDSL IPO to be done or not. So I am happy that I'm thankful that our most youngest enthusiastic financial enthusiast Dr. Sanjana, who is just finished her MBBS and is now pursuing her internship from JIMSA from Githam College, the daughter of our all-time favorite Dr. Chitra Madam, who has been IAP president in the past. Our daughter is equally participating in IAP Vizag's event. So thank you, Sanjana. Thank you so much for joining us. I would
Thank you, sir.
take over. Before that, sir, thank you so much for joining, sir.
Thank you.
I'm very happy that you have taken time to join us.
Yeah. Then how are you?
Go on, Sanjana, go on.
Thank you, sir. So, good evening, everyone. I hope you're all well. And welcome to what promises to be a very engaging and insightful session. So, thank you so much for this opportunity, sir. So, to introduce the speaker for today is someone who truly needs no introduction. But Dr. Satish is a consultant neonatologist and a passionate financial analyst at Rainbow Children's Hospital. So, over the years, he has guided several doctors in navigating mutual funds and stock investments with clarity and confidence. He has also served as the secretary of IAP in the past. On a personal note, my own journey with investing truly took off because of Dr. Satish, and it is an honor to learn from him. You won't find anyone so patient, always available, and I'm genuinely grateful to be here speaking today. So, coming back to today's topic, it's one of the most talked about IPOs at the moment, and it's basically NSDL or National Securities Depository Limited. So, should we invest or not? That is the question, and that's what we're going to find out today. And we know it's important to understand that successful investing, it's not about just what you invest in, but also about doing it at the right time, at the right price, with the right start. So before I hand it over to Dr. Satish, I'd like to highlight a few key questions that we are going to use to frame our discussion. So first, what exactly is a depository? And what is the difference between NSDL and CSDL? Secondly, what are the key takeaways that investors, especially doctors, should keep in mind regarding NSDL IPO? What are the current valuations and how do they stack up? And finally, would you recommend applying for this IPO based on the present fundamentals and market conditions? With that, I am very excited to hand it over to Dr. Satish to guide us through the answers. So, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sanjana. Thank you so much for being enthusiastic and active participant. We have many enthusiastic participants who are looking forward to learning. More than investing, more than creating wealth of knowledge is more
Welcome,
important.
కట్టేస్తారు వెళ్తారు బాగా కట్టేస్తారు అన్న
I'm very happy that we have all of us as a team have joined the mission flip financial literacy for every Indian investor program. This initiative has been proactively started by our IAP Vizag team, led by our favorite remarkable Raju. And we are very, very I'm sorry. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Confirm?
Yes, it's audible.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. So this journey, our idea is to take everybody through basic financial literacy, basic terms like IPO, basic terms like gray market, basic terms like valuation. What should the 3 or 4 most important questions to buy an IPO or not? Currently, NSDL and CDSL have been remarkably on the talk, because everybody has seen the rise of CDSL. When we bought in 2021 or 2020, CDSL rose almost 8 to 10 times over the past 5 years. And people are expecting a similar rise for NSDL as well. So today we are going to do brief dissection of NSDL in next 10-15 minutes. Only 15 slides. And then we'll try to understand how IPOs work and should we invest in IPOs or not. So I would request Supriya, can you please start sharing the screen? I'm also not able to see the screen. Once we... Yeah, Supriya, the screen is visible. No, you're still not sharing. Somebody has to, yeah, it is visible now. Somebody has to pin or spotlight your Supriya's screen. Manoj, do you know how to do the spotlighting of Supriya's screen?
No, sir.
No, no. Okay. And Supriya, also, please can you start recording? Is it possible from your end? Is it possible from your end to do the recording? Okay. It didn't say anything.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. No, I have started recording from my side. Now you can share the screen. Yeah. So NSDL, CDSL, people are exceptionally awaiting for this NSDL IPO, which is now opened up at 800 rupees per piece. So let's briefly look at what's NSDL, what is CDSL, how the business model differ. Next slide, Supriya. So most people who are looking forward to buying an NSDL stock, they're looking forward to taking a bite of the depository services. So next slide, Supriya. Let's briefly understand what is a depository service. So you can think it like this. Depository is something like a bookkeeping. So whatever transactions we do across the whole BSC or NSC, across Motilal brokers, HDFC brokers, Zerodha brokers, whatever is done, they are all essentially transaction platforms. Somebody has to keep a track of bookkeeping. Okay, Satish bought these stocks, Supriya sold these stocks, Sanjana bought these stocks.
వాళ్ళు ముక్కులో పెట్టుకొని వచ్చారు కదా వాళ్ళు ఏమీ చేయలేదు మా దగ్గర
So these depository services, so these bookkeeping works are done by depository services. So these are called depositories. In India, we have two depositories, NDSL, CDSL. And for simplicity, I'm keeping it, but it's actually NSDL. Okay. So now we know what is a depository. They are like a vault where you can keep all the history of transactions done in the entire country. So for tomorrow, for any reason, if Zerodha crashes, that's a through this. Next slide, Supriya. These are SEBI registered entities, and they have the authentic license to be the depositories, to be the bookkeeper for the entire country. So as you can see, NSDL is held by NSC, SBI, HDFC, Axis Bank. CDSL is mainly promoted by BSC. So BSC's bookkeeper is CDSL. NSC's bookkeeper is NSDL. మీరు ఎలా అనుకోవాలంటే సింపుల్ మన Chandragupta తెలుసా మీకు, the person who writes everything on the book, what should happen, how should happen, that bookkeeper is depository. So for NSC, the bookkeeper is NSDL, and BSC is CDSL. Okay. Now coming next slide, Supriya. Okay. So revenue model. How do these depositories earn revenues? Because unless you understand how they earn revenues, you will not be able to understand will the revenue sustain or not. Okay. So next slide, Supriya. We are going to compare head-on-head NSDL and CDSL. So NSDL, with every demat account opened, with every transaction, they charge 0.01% of transaction fee. For every PAN, Aadhaar, e-verification, they charge a small fee. Remember that for most of the institutional investment transactions, NSDL is the bookkeeper. For most retail investors, CDSL is the bookkeeper. And digital KYC, e-signing process, there are so many things which you come across while investing. E-signing process, they are taken care of by NSDL. And all this put together gives you the revenue streams of NSDL. Next slide, Supriya. CDSL also has demand fees but for retail investors. Corporate actions, dividend bonuses, e-voting platform. You have this e-voting platform where people can vote as a shareholder for the AGM meetings. That even platform is made by CDSL. KYCs, insurance repository. So you can store your digital copies of insurances in CDSL vault. So these are revenue streams for CDSL and NSL. Next slide, Supriya. Market share comparison. NSDL is close to 4 crore demat accounts and CDSL 11 crore. It may look more, but 11 crore are retail accounts. NSDL are 4 crore institutional accounts. Assets under custody, you can see NSDL has 400 lakh crores and CDSL has got 100 lakh crores. So NSDL is a bigger depository. Okay. So as you know, NSDL is institutional, CDSL retail. Next slide, Supriya. So same thing, institutional custodians, large volume, CDSL, retail, SMEs, brokers, fintechs, all into CDSL. Next slide. So these are the subdomains for that. Okay, once again, your voice is not loud and clear. I'm so sorry. I'll just try to do it once again. Okay. Is it okay now? Is my voice 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion okay now? Yeah? Okay. So, Supriya, is this voice okay? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. So next slide, Supriya. So next slide. Yeah. So as I told you already, revenue focused streams. What I'm trying to show here is NSDL is mostly enterprise based, whereas CDSL is mostly retail based. Next slide. Next slide. So coming to a kind of summary how it works. NSDL for NSC, CDSL for BSC, institutional retail. Assets are very high for NSDL because large institutions. CDSL medium assets. Demat accounts as per CDSL large number of accounts from retails. Next slide, Supriya. Here you can see total income for NSDL is 1,500 crores, whereas 1,000 crores for CDSL. Profits is 300 crores versus 500 crores. Keep an eye on the profit margin, which is 50% for CDSL and 25% for NSDL. I'll come to that point. EPS is 17 rupees per share and CDSL EPS is 25 rupees per share. Next slide. Interesting point here you can see. The top line is 1,000 crores, 1,200 crores, 1,400 crores for NSDL and 600, 900, 1,000 for CDSL. But the interesting thing is, out of 1,000 crores of CDSL, they are making a profit of 500 crores. 53% operating profit margin. Whereas 25% operating profit margin for NSDL. So remember these numbers when we go for valuation. ROE is very high for CDSL, 29-30%, which is a very high, and decent 16-17% for NDSL. Next. So here you look at the comparison. PE ratio 47x and CDSL 61x. PB 8x and 18x. So the question is, if CDSL is going to 60x P ratio, will NSDL also go to 60x? And if PB ratio is 8x for NSDL now, will it go to 18x or not? Next slide, Supriya. So this is a brief history of NSDL, CDSL. Major shareholders are in NSDL, NSC, IDB, UTI, SBI, HDFC Bank. In CDSL, BSC, SBI, HDFC Bank, Union Bank, and Baroda Bank. Okay. Next slide, Supriya. Look at the valuation comparison here. Small comparison. Market share is 70%. of the volume is by NSDL, 30% by CDSL. Revenue is also 1000 crores for NSDL, 500 crores for CDSL. We have seen the market cap based on the current IPO price. NSDL values at 16,000 crores, whereas CDSL values at 30,000 crores. The fair valuation of CDSL being 15,000 crores and NSDL being 8,000 or 4,000 crores. So 5,000, 8,000 crores. So next slide, Supriya. So as you have seen so far, just understand this point that they are not competing head to head each other, they are complementing each other. So what CDSL is covering, NSDL is not covering them. And what is left by CDSL, NSDL is doing that. Okay. Both of them are very important for the Indian capital market infrastructure. So here we have seen a gross overview of what is NDSL, what is CDSL. Okay, I'm so sorry, I'm popping out NSDL, NDSL here and there. Don't mind. Basically, it's a depository services. Next slide, Supriya. Now let's look at one by one what is NSDL. Will not make it long. So currently they are valuing at 16,000 crores for a, and out of which 4,000 crores are going out to public. 25% will be given in this IPO. Next slide, Supriya. So started in 2012, 15 years track record. They have got a consistent revenue stream which keeps coming from whatever transaction happens in NSE.
ठीक है फिर चार्जेस होना तो पहले
Sorry. Yeah, I will try to mute most of them. I'm very sorry. I'm not sure how people are able to speak. Anyway, so next slide, Supriya. One interesting thing I have to show. So next slide. There are key players like NSDL. Next slide. Yeah, valuation here. So if you come to this slide, the top line has been growing consistently at 20%, EBITDA at 25%, and currently valuations are once again, is somebody's voice interrupting me? No. Okay, fine. So coming to valuations, before you start the valuation, you should know what's the ROE, what's the growth rate, and what is the consistency of revenue growth in the future 5 years. So Supriya, can you go to a slide where we're doing the valuation of NSD, NSCL, and NSDL? No. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Come to previous slide, please. Come to previous slide, please. So here you can see the revenues are increasing 25% or 20% every year. And as per most analysts, the growth rate will continue. Here you can see the margins are 25-30%. The operating profit margins are 25-30%. CDSL has got 50% operating profit margin. Net worth and reserves for the company is close to 2,000 crores. Out of 16,000 crores, some 12% or 8% is its net worth and reserves. Next slide, Supriya. Here we have done some discounted cash flow method valuation of NSDL. Supriya, can you make sure that people are not able to turn on their mics? Dr. Kodali's phone. Hari, thank you so much for joining. I'm muted all of them. Okay. So you can see here, if you can focus here, from 25 till 29, for next 5 years, NSDL's revenues are going to be 50% higher. And their profits are going to be 50% higher than the current one, EBITDA. So we have taken a discounting factor at 11% margin. I will tell this later, what is discounting factor, why we are taking 11% and 10%. So it shows that the company's enterprise value. As you can see here, 1 second, wait, let me do this for you. Oops, I'm so sorry, 1 second. So enterprise value and the fair value are, so what you call as enterprise value is very simple, the total value of business and the total value of assets, both put together are called the company's fair value or equity value. So currently enterprise value is, as per this projection, the enterprise value comes to 7,000 crores and 1,500 crores the company has got net cash with it. So the company as on today should be valued at 8,000 or 9,000 crores, a fair value, assuming the same growth continues for next 5-10 years. So at that rate, the per share value should be around 400 to 500, whereas the IPO is priced at 800 rupees per piece. So in short, I would like to say that a 16,000 crore company or a 8,000 crore company is currently being valued at 16,000 crores as per the IPO price. We believe as per this discounted cash flow method, the company is fairly overvalued. So always remember, my friends, valuation depends on three things. One is company's business growth, second is company's ROE, and third thing is company's future forecast. We don't take the past estimates for the valuation, we take the future estimate. We call it future P or PEG ratio. P is to growth ratio. So these things I will not discuss today. I will discuss in the next session. But keeping all these three things in mind, assuming that the company grows at a very fair valuation, very fair rate, and assuming that all these things execute in the next 5 years, the company's fair value comes to be around 8,000 to 9,000 crores. So for that 20 crore shares available, it should be priced at 500 rupees at this point of time. Next slide, Supriya. So our verdict is NSDL is a, see, the beauty of NSDL is two things. One is whatever transactions happen on NSC, 0.01% will go to NSDL because they're bookkeeper. Whatever happens, they'll write, okay, Satish did this, Satish did that, Satish told this, Satish bought this. For every transaction done, NSDL gets 0.01% revenue of transaction fee. So these models, we call them infinity models. Why? Because for almost a very long period of time, these businesses will have a continuous business stream, revenue stream, and they'll have a continuous cash flow, and they'll have very low debt to take into account because they are generating very good amount of free cash flow. They will barely need any debt to run the company. So these three things, a business model which is sustainable for a very long period of time, which will be profitable for a very long period of time, and which will have its competitive advantage for a very long period of time, we put them in the infinity list. For example, BSC, NSC, CDSL, NSDL, all these are kind of infinity models, IEX, MCX. These are market leaders in their segment, and they will continue to do the same thing for next 5-10 years. And remember, there is no second player in institutional depository services. NSDL is going to be a kind of monopoly for the large landscape of institutional depository. So I believe this is a very good stock, but this is not a very good time to buy NSDL. And third thing is the price is not right. So we always ask 4 questions: right stock, right time, right price, and right allocation. So This is not a very fairly priced company. This is a slightly overvalued company, and this is a wrong time and wrong price to buy it. If you still decide to buy it, so yeah, next slide. you can you can you can take NSDL for a long-term portfolio addition, because you want to have NSDL at some point of time, you'll keep adding it. So add some small amount now and keep topping it up for a long-term thing. But if you are thinking that on a listing day you will get remarkable returns, that you may be disappointed. It's not going to give remarkable short-term gains, but possibly some 100 rupees, 200 rupees on top of 800 rupees, you may get a listing day gain. I won't recommend investors to go for the short-term investing day gains. I would request them to plan SDL for long term. But keep a watch when the valuation drops. Please take an account into adding the stock into your portfolio. So yeah, one slide before, please. One slide back. One slide back. Yeah. In case you want to buy it, please buy 1 to 1.5% of your total portfolio. So if your portfolio is 1 crore, don't invest more than 1.5 lakhs in NSDL. At this price, I won't recommend you to buy more than 1% or 1.5% of your total portfolio. So always remember, right stock, right time, right price, and right allocation is also very, very important to make a complete prescription for buying or not. Okay. So next slide, Supriya. Next slide. So this is the end of the discussion whether one should watch the prospect for NSDL CDSL, whether one should buy or not. I will keep the forum open for questions for just 2 minutes. From there, we'll take on the next question for mutual fund. So, Sanjana, I would request you to take over to address the questions.
Yes, sir. So thank you, sir, for that insightful session. So now I'm sure we've gained a much clearer understanding of how NSDL functions and how it compares to CSDL, and also what we should look out for in the IPO. So I'd like to ask two questions, sir. One is, if the BSC rises 50 times in value, does that necessarily mean that the CDSL will also rise proportionately? And secondly, given that CDSL has shown nearly 10 times growth in the recent years, as you mentioned, where do you think it could be in the next 10 years? And what kind of trajectory can we realistically expect? So
Oh,
I'll hand it over to you, sir.
that's a fantastic question, Sanjana. People are constantly asking me, Satish, CDSL has given 10x growth, 10x growth. NDSL will also go to 10x or not? That's exactly bingo type of question that you asked. If others also agree with the same question, can you please drop in a yes? So are you also expecting the same thing for CDSL or NSDL or not? So the answer will keep it very simple. Please try to understand CDSL is, thank you Prakash, thank you so much for the input. So CDSL has a premium valuation. Why? Because it has a higher profit margin. 1,000 crores making 500 crores of profit is a higher profit margin. CDSL has got a, yeah, I'll come to a fair question. Thank you, Satish sir. I'll come to our CDSL's fair value also. So CDSL has got a higher growth rate, higher ROE, and higher market capture. That's why CDSL is given 60 P ratio. Normally, if I were to value CDSL, currently CDSL is almost at 30,000 crores. I would not value it beyond 15,000 crores of CDSL. Why I'm so much bugged up about the CDSL company's fair value? Because even if you buy a wrong stock at a wrong time, but at a very good price, undervalued price, my dear friends, you will almost ever always make profits. Always remember, Valuation covers a sin of barrages in mistakes of investing. A barrage of sins of investment mistakes. So, for example, you took wrong estimate of quality. For example, you took wrong estimate of timing, wrong estimate of ownership or growth, everything. But if you happen to manage to buy the company at a fair value, undervalue, you are very, 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 very safe. So always my investing journey starts with, is the company fairly valued or not, or undervalued or not? Currently, sorry. So fair value for CDSL currently would be anywhere close to 15,000 to 20,000 crores, which is 30% below this. At some point of bad timing, it will come down that price. So Satish sir, thank you for the question. The fair value CDSL is around 15,000 crores. And in case you want to accumulate CDSL further, I won't request you to accumulate at this point of time. This is a very, very expensive price. Assuming CDSL continues this rapid expansion and growth of demat accounts, you may expect to see some 5x profits in 10 years. That's slightly above Nifty. But I won't recommend you to do that at this price. Yeah. And second thing is, CDSL gets 0.01% from whatever BSE earns. So whatever transactions happen, BSE takes transaction charge as 0.1% and CDSL takes 0.01% as depository fee. Now the question is, if BSE has given 50x, will CDSL also give 50x? That's the question Sanjana has asked. That's a very, very interesting question. So just understand that BSE's valuation is currently very, 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 very hyper valued. For people who don't understand what does PE mean, I will tell you simple terms. 50 PE for NSDL or 60 PE for CDSL means that for 1 rupee profit, you are paying 60 rupees. Now imagine how many years will it take for the profits to reach your initial investment. So if you are earning 1 rupee every year and you have put 60 rupees to buy the company, you are going to take anywhere 50 years, 60 years to reach that price. మన అంటాం కదండి కట్ ఆఫ్ ప్రైస్ వీసాను కట్ ఆఫ్ ప్రైస్. So suppose I invest 1 crore today. How many years it will take to get my 1 crore back? If I am making 30 lakhs profit every year, I will take 3 years to get my initial capital back, right? Normally 3 to 5 years is a break-even period. At 50-60 times P ratio, the break-even point goes to 10 years. That's a reasonably or fairly overvalued segment. Until something dramatically happens and companies start blasting like a rocket. I won't recommend that. Yeah. So I hope the question for CDS is fair valuation and 60 P valuation, what is my regard? Now it's coming to BSC went up 50 times and CDSL gone 10 times. So will CDSL eventually catch up 50 times? The answer is no. The simple logic is, let us say Reliance is making 10 times profit. Will the Reliance auditor or the bookkeeper make 10 times profit? The answer is no. CDSL is a bookkeeper for a Reliance-like company, which is BSC. So BSC may go 50 times, which is fairly overvalued, but CDSL won't go that high. 10 times itself is a big hyper valuation. So I hope I have answered both the questions, Sanjana. And I hope I have answered all the questions for this
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
CDSL valuation. Okay, somebody has asked me Tata Capital Market Index Fund. Somebody is recommending Tata Capital Market Index Fund to accumulate. That's a fantastic NFO which has come. I would recommend at this point of time, Capital Market Index Fund is expensive. as per the valuation of the indexes. Supriya, can you please open our vsfintech.in? This one question I'll answer, sir. It's a very good question you have asked. And our website shows the valuation for all the segments. VS Fintech, go to sector basket. Yeah, come down. The right side one, the fourth column, which will pop up now, that will show Nifty Capital Markets, NCM. I think it's taking slight amount of time. Yeah. So the second one, you see, the right side, second one. Yeah. NCM. Click that. So this is Nifty Capital Markets. So my dear investors, if somebody is looking to invest into Nifty Capital Markets right now, understand that it is slightly overvalued and the potential profits you may get is very, very less. Supriya, come down. Yeah. You can see it here. The potential upside from here may be 4 to 5%. Supriya, show the up column. Yeah, up column. Yeah. So 4 to 5. Our prediction says the potential upside can be 4 to 10% from here. So I won't recommend going to capital markets right now, but it definitely it's a good sector, good segment. You can keep accumulating in SIP mode. Yeah. Thank you so very much for that fantastic question and answer. I think we are exactly 35 or 40 minutes into the time. And thankful
Sir, one
to
question.
Bimal, sir. Sorry?
Sir, one question, sir.
Sir, please go on, sir.
Sir, is the website updated on a daily basis or a weekly basis?
Weekly basis, sir. Every weekly, the website is updated, sir. So all the indexes, all the funds, we can update it every weekly. By
Okay, sir.
Monday
Thank
morning,
you.
you will see updated website.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such a wonderful insight, sir. We are very happy that you have taken your valuable time and teaching us, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry I missed your name, sir. Your name comes as Zoom user.
My name is Satish, sir. Satish.
Okay. So, yeah, thank you so much for joining us, Andy. Please ping me on WhatsApp. I will take you slightly more into the valuation, sir. Okay?
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bimal, sir, thank you so much for joining. Dr. Kodali, thank you so much for joining. People have joined from great distances, from great places. Financial enthusiasts, T. Srinivas, Varun Garu, thank you so much for joining. With this, I would like to call an end to your session. I will just show one good fund that you can invest into because you joined. Supriya, please show the site once again. Yeah. So here, Supriya, please show that second column, NChem. NChem. Allah, come down, Supriya, come down. Yeah. So NChem, chemical sector. Currently, there is no mutual fund which is dealing with chemical sector. But I would recommend, my very dear friends, you can start buying the top 5 chemical stocks. I won't name them right now. You may ping me on that DM. But chemical sector is fairly undervalued at this point of time. As you can see there, 55 is the upside. So please show the up. Yeah. So in case things go well, you are looking at 55% positive from this point of time in chemical sector. So when the index is down, that means if you buy the top 3 or top 5 stocks, you are fairly in a safe zone and a high potentially upside zone. So please look into chemical sector stocks, chemical sector funds. Currently, there's no fund listed, but these consumer durables, these things. Agreed, Satish, sir, very much truly agreed. Chemical sector has got a huge competition for China, and currently with the global tensions going on, the sector is beaten down, and that's why it's sitting at undervalued price. It will eventually come up. There is no way it's going to stay down for so long. Yeah. So thank you so much. This is that one bonus session for today. Thank you so very much for joining today's session. Now I'll hand over the mic to Sanjana madam for the vote of thanks. Once again, Supriya, please display our phone number on that. In case somebody wants to join, ping me on WhatsApp. Please ping me on WhatsApp. I would be very happy to personally share any insights for any specific stocks or specific funds. So I am sharing the phone number and the website in the chat box. Bimal sir, thank you very much. I'm very thankful to you that you joined. Bimal sir is an excellent pediatrician from Orissa, and day in, day out, and night also he works and still takes time to learn and grow. Thank you so very much for joining, sir. So over to you, Sanjana.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you to everyone who is attending this meeting today. I'd like to thank sir for his time, his wisdom, and his guidance. And I have learned so much today in the last 45 minutes, and I'm sure everyone else has too. It's been a privilege to host this session, and I hope everyone walks away feeling more curious and more confident in their investing journey. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Have a lovely night. Have a night, everybody. Now signing off, logging off. Supriya, I'll stop recording now.
The recording has stopped.
Good night. Have a lovely night, everybody.